Hey everybody, and welcome back to a Bible journaling video with the Creative Life Studios. Today we're going to be using the verses in Galatians chapter 3, 28 through 29 in our single column Crossways journaling Bible, and I'm going to be using the Illustrated Faith watercolors just to make just a fun, funky, sloppy rainbow in the margins of my Bible. As you can see, I'm not being super specific with it, and I'm just allowing my colors just to overlap just a little bit, just so that I don't have a harsh line between the two. I think some of them overlapped on my words just a little bit, but whatever. I didn't really care. I just wanted it to be kind of just funky and loose. These Illustrated Faith watercolors are great because they're vibrant colors, they're bright, they have pretty much every color you would need. I mean, look how pretty that blue is. It's one of my favorite colors in this particular palette. And so it also has that nice indigo blue, so it goes just a shade darker. The only color it doesn't have that was necessary was a violet. So I just went ahead and just did a little mixture of my red and my blue until I got kind of a purpley violet kind of color just to add to it. By the time I got to the bottom, I noticed my red was a little paler than I wanted, so I just added a little more. And here's a great step whenever you use your watercolors. I'm just sprinkling regular table salt onto it, and this is going to do two things. It's going to allow my watercolors to dry faster because it's going to start absorbing that water. And when we remove that salt here in just a little bit, it's going to add some really great texture to our piece. So while I wait for that to dry, I'm just highlighting verses 28 and 29 that we're going to be using. I like to do this towards the beginning because it gives me a frame of reference of where not to paint or where not to put stickers so that I don't accidentally overlap the verse that I'm really intending to highlight. And I've absolutely done that before. Maybe I'm the only person who's ever messed up and done that before, but I've learned and kind of tried to train myself to highlight it early on in the video or early on in the process. So next I've gone and I've gotten some really funky foam alphabet stamps that I have from the Tim Holtz Ideology line. You can see I got them on clearance. Yay for good deal. And so I'm going to just spell out the word promise because I wanted that to be the focus of this particular journal. The particular verse that we're using says, let me find it again real quick. It's Galatians 3, 28 and 29. It says, "There is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither slave nor free, there is neither male nor female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. And if you are Christ's, then you are at Abraham's offspring, heirs according to the promise." And I just feel like, I don't know, there's so much division in our world right now that I just kind of wanted to do something that was a reminder that we're all in the same in Christ, and the rainbow has always been a symbol of promise in the Bible. And so I kind of wanted to put that idea together of being an heir and having that promise kind of all together in one, I guess, Bible journaling entry. And you can see I'm putting my letters down, and I could have edited this part out, but I didn't because I thought it was funny and I kind of wanted to just keep it real with you guys. My brain, for some reason, thought that I needed to put the letters in reverse order so that when I flipped my block over, it would spell it correctly. And so that's what I did, and that's why. And then I flip it over and realize I'm completely wrong in my mindset, and so I had to pop them off and put them in the correct order. And like I said, I could have kept that out and been like, oh, look how perfect this went. But A, I thought it was funny. And B, I just kind of wanted you guys to know that these do not always go perfectly. And I'm just thankful that I noticed before I stamped something and did some irrevocable mistake. So I'm hoping you're laughing along with me on that. So I'm going to use my Archival Ink to actually do a test stamp on that left side of my journaling Bible, just to kind of make sure this is what I want, and this is the style I want. And yes, church, I absolutely love it. It's funky, it's bright, it's bold, and it takes up a good space, so I loved it. So my watercolors weren't quite dry enough So I'm just hitting it with a heat gun just to absorb the rest of that water so that I can move on to the next step. Just make sure always with your heat gun that you're not leaving it in one place too long because you don't want to set it on fire. And now that it's dry, I'm just taking my finger and just gently rubbing and loosening and getting rid of all of that salt that I had added. Here in a little bit, I'll show you what that looks like with the texture close up. And if you need to, you can use a stiff bristle brush also to get rid of any extra salt, because we want a really, really smooth surface for this next part when we do our stamping. I'm also going to remove my wax paper that I always put in between, because again, I want to make sure I have a nice smooth surface. Ooh, picture time. Yay! So I'm going to grab my stamp again, and I'm going to grab my black archival ink, and I'm going to give that nice bold stamped word promise to this side as well. And when it comes off, I love it. Like, I could leave that there and be a total happy camper. Now I'm going to just speed through this just ending part a little bit. I'm just going to spend some time trying to put together my title using some Illustrated Faith and some Tim Holtz and some alphabet stickers so that I can make the words you are heir to the, and then promise would be my big part. So I'm going to put some happy music on and let you guys just watch this part to the finish. So thank you guys so much for stopping by and listening, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this project. Thanks. Bye.